Hi everyone, Site here. Been a while. Hopefully everyone's doing well and staying safe, healthy and sane, which in today's world I guess is a real challenge. Um, and anyone who's in Texas area and stuff like that, hopefully you're safe somewhere, and wherever else, like there's so much going on in the world that it's really hard to keep up like what's going on and where. But yeah, again, hopefully everyone's safe and doing okay. um I guess I just wanted to give a little update on how things have been going. This has been an odd year. Like, we're already in July and it feels like I haven't really done much. I haven't really achieved. Like, I have achieved small goals, I guess you could say, but then there's definitely some bigger stuff that are not progressing that well. I did pay most of my other student loan away, so that's like it hurts to move to transfer from my savings to the loan to pay it off. It hurts, but it also felt good. And I know in the autumn, once all of the payments have been fully progressed and all of that processed, all of that, it will feel better. I also got a email from Ireland, from Revenue, and they were like, hey, if you fill out this form, then you might be, eligible for pay returns, PAYE. So sort of a tax return, sort of a thing. And I remember people were saying that, oh, it's a difficult form and blah, blah, blah. And so I was a little nervous on how to do that. But thankfully, one of my ex-colleagues from Ireland, she was able to help me with that. And I got the paperwork done, and I already got a notification that I'll be receiving a good amount of money from Ireland from 2022, when I worked for 8 months in Ireland, and then I moved back to Finland when things didn't pan out over there. So yeah, that is something for sure, and it'll help, recover some of the savings that I put towards paying away that other student loan. So about that, because I don't remember why they told me, like my bank called me and I visited the bank to arrange things at the time. This was many years ago, and they were like, you applied for student loan thing, but we can't pay you more for this particular loan, so I had to take another one. I don't even know. But anyway, so the smaller loan it's almost gone. It's practically gone, and then I only have like after it's gone, then it's I'd say it's roughly 15k left, so not too horrible. And I've been paying 300 euros a month for that stuff in total, so now that sum is going to be about halved. So it's gonna be good. Yeah. I do also need to purchase a new laptop, because my current laptop will not be supported for Windows 11, which is going to be forced on us, which I think is awful business decision, and 10 is working just fine. So, I mean, I do have a Windows 11 on my work laptop, and I don't understand how that machine is able to have Windows 11 while my personal doesn't. But anyway, so Windows 11, it hasn't been that bad. It has worked just fine. But yeah, this forcing of things is just not very great, you know. But anyway, yeah, that's gonna be probably a couple of €1,000 towards the new laptop. I know some of my friends are like, oh, you should get a PC, but it's kinda, I have the space for a PC, but since I do travel quite a lot, like not travel, but like I visit my parents, you know, so having a laptop is it just makes more sense, you know, and I'm not gonna be buying both laptop and a PC when one machine is just fine. And when it comes to gaming, I do most of my gaming on the consoles and, you know, with the TV and stuff like that. And speaking of gaming, so I played through the Devil May Cry series on easy, and then I focused quite a lot on Devil May Cry 5, you know, getting stuff, getting millions of orbs for the X provocations for Nero and Virgil. And then I played through DMC3 on normal, which for me was an achievement of sorts, because I had not been able to do that before, and even playing on easy, it sometimes felt very difficult. The clunky camera and controls definitely didn't help. But I made it, and I made it through on normal. And then I played through the first game on normal, and that also felt surprisingly easy. I was like, wow, I'm not doing too badly in this. And then I started playing 4. I'm skipping the second game. It's not bad, I think, like when it comes to the combats and the music, for example, but story-wise, it just doesn't add a whole lot for me, you know, to the series. So I'm not gonna be playing through it, at least not anytime soon. So yeah, I started on 4, and I'm enjoying it so much. Like, I just enjoy how Nero plays, like how his character works. Like, yeah, there's the point where I had to play as Dante for a while, and then I got used to, you know, working as Dante, and then I returned to Nero's play style, and it just threw me off again because I had to get used to that. And yeah, I definitely like how you can just grab enemies and toss them around, and it's so funny that when Nero is in Devil Trigger form, or when his Devil Trigger is activated, and you grab an enemy, and Yamato is so aggressive, just like Nero, and it's so, I don't know, it's just so funny to me in a way. But yeah, I actually played through it on easy again, just to get used to that again, and also to get some of the blue orbs and some secret missions. And then I've been playing through it on normal. And yeah, I am surviving in that game. I might actually even try it on the next difficulty, which I think is, I think it's Son of Sparta. So yeah, I'll see how that goes. I'm gonna try and get all of their skills unlocked, which is gonna take me a while, but yeah. And when I'm done with that, I'll probably play 5 again, because that game is just so good, I think, anyway. I've also been playing this game called Coma Recut, which is scary for me. So there's this school that you're locked in, and it's dark, and there's this killer wanting to kill you, and then there's random plants that try to poison you, and the music is creepy, the hallways are creepy, and it's basically like a side-scroller kind of a game. And it stresses me out so much that I can only play it for maybe maximum half an hour, until, you know, like my pulse is just fast and my heart rate is so up and I'm just so stressed out that I can't play it for more than that. So even though it's basically a very short game, I just can't play it that fast because I have to, like, I played for a bit and then I have to take like a week long break from it to recover. Sometimes not that much, but definitely have to step away from it. Then I have purchased Resident Evil 0, which is apparently a prologue kind of a game, and then Resident Evil, the first game. So again, I'm gonna be stressing myself out, but I know these games are, you know, very classic games and very popular, and I've always been interested in, you know, I do want to play through these games, but yeah, it might be a little stressful for me. I'm also trying to see, every now and then I check what's on PlayStation Store, and I have my eyes on Little Nightmares 2, which currently is a bit too expensive for my taste still. And then Silent Hill, which is definitely gonna be freaking me out, that's for sure. Little Nightmares 3 is also apparently coming out this year, but yeah, I do want to play the second one first, but you know. Then I still want to get also Baldur's Gate 3 and Expedition 33, you know, the Clair Obscur game. These are on my wish list, but we'll see when I actually get to them. And I'm also still going through Legend of Dragoon. I know I don't have to level up the characters as crazily as I do, but that's just how I play games, you know? I prefer being overpowered to having to put up a strategy or whatever in RPG kind of games. And yeah, what else? My little brother has been into Final Fantasy VII, the original one, which really surprised me that he was playing through it, because I remember back when I was younger and we lived, you know, still at our parents', and I was playing that game and he was not really into that. But now he's been playing it. And the reason why he's been playing it is because he has PlayStation 5, the one with the where you insert discs. And he usually plays games like NHL, FIFA, you know, stuff like that. I know he's been playing other games as well, like Far Cry and GTA, of course. But so yeah, the reason why he got into Final Fantasy VII is because the disc reader stopped working, so he's not able to play NHL. And the reason why I struggle with that name or the acronym is because in Finnish we say NHL, and I'm used to saying it like that, but you know, this is a video in English, so I have to be mindful about how to pronounce these things. Anyways, but yeah. And my brother also lamented the fact that Final Fantasy VIII was on sale recently, and he remembers me playing that as well. And he was like, damn, I missed the sale, I should have bought it. But he's also been really into the game. Like, he's been, I don't know if it's just that we share the same brain cell when it comes to playing games like this, or maybe he remembers me doing this sort of a thing. But he also has been really leveling his characters up, which really made me happy to see that. He did miss out on Vincent, but yeah, that's been fun to you know, hear about it. Like, he sometimes just messages me and, you know, shares an update about it, and yeah, it just makes me happy. What else? Writing has not really been going that well. I had planned to finish the first draft of my third novel sometime during the summer, but just I've been focusing on something else. something else entirely. And I've been reading books. You might be able to see the pile of books in that corner there. I think I have like 30 or 40 books from the library at the moment. I wonder if they'll ever tell me like, hey, you have exceeded the limit for, how many books you can have, and for one time, like, start returning some of these. And then I also recently, this was inspired by DMC5, because there's a certain character who reads William Blake's poems. So I actually got selected poems by William Blake, and I had to read some of this for some of my university classes, especially the literature ones. So I was familiar with some of his work. But I must say, like, when I do read that, I have to read it slowly because, I have to figure out, like, what does this poem say to me? And then, I keep looking things up about it as well, like, making Google searches, like, what do people think about this poem? Like, yeah, I'm not very analytic when it comes to what I read. Not always, sometimes, but not always. And so, like, when I read novels, when I read fiction, I usually just read it for the enjoyment of it. And that's probably why I can read so fast. I don't often remember afterwards what I've been reading, like, not the details, just the general gist of it. But when it comes to poems and nonfiction, then I have to, read a little bit differently. So, anyways, yeah, but hopefully I'll be able to get some of my writing projects done as well this year. I have the 5th book of the poetry collection, like, it's basically ready for final edits and then, be published on Kindle. On Amazon. And then I have a short story collection. Well, there's short stories and then there's some letter type of texts in there. Some of them are personal and others are, for made up characters or whatever. So hopefully I'll be able to get that done as well. Maybe this summer. We'll see. And then by the end of this year, I'm still hoping to publish the first part of my second novel, which I have figured out that I'll just publish it in 2 parts. So basically it's a duology or whatever you want to call that. Yeah, I don't really have any summer plans because I switched temp agencies in the autumn, which nullified all of my accumulated vacation days. So I only have 14 days in total, and I have 6 of them left just in case my contract continues in the autumn throughout the winter, so I can have some time off during the winter as well. But yeah, I'm just having some longer weekends, like next Friday, this upcoming Friday, I'm gonna be off from work. And next Monday, I'm actually working just a half a day because of a doctor's appointment. Tried to get an appointment for any other time of the day so it wouldn't interfere with work, but no dice there. So yeah, I'm only working half day, so I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind in a way, but it is still a little annoying. I had to work some extra hours, to flexi hour system. Anyway, but yeah, I haven't really been enjoying the summer a whole lot. Like, yes, I'm enjoying the fact that it's warmer and it's light outside, but I haven't really been outside that much, because I've been tired from work and, trying to get some writing done and then realizing that, oh, it's not going well, and then just focusing on games or books to read, and then feeling bad about not getting any writing done or not being outside. I haven't been swimming. I haven't been to the lake in, I don't know, many, many months now. And been having some body image issues again. There's actually, I just saw this video by, I think it was by Internet Anarchist. It was about this young woman who was like an advocate for body positivity for small size girls. And that made me have thoughts on the matter. Something like, it's an issue that I've been struggling with as well, you know, as a flat-chested woman. And something that I've really been grappling with recently is that I have been gaining weight, and I just feel like this in my head, and I think this might be a perception that some people might share, is that when you're flat-chested, you should not be expanding in other parts of your body. Like, it feels more acceptable to be fat when you actually have some substance on your chest. So that is something that I've been dealing with and not dealing with, you know, like, it's something I have to deal with. It's an issue I have to deal with, a body image issue, but I'm also not dealing with it too well. So, but I think I'll make another video, maybe, you know, like comments on that video, maybe later this week, we'll see, or next week or something. But I definitely feel like, as someone who shares that body image type in a way, yeah, maybe it's something that I can comment on, even though it's quite a personal topic. But I do feel like it's something that could be and should be talked about more. But yeah, anyways, I think that's enough for this video. And yeah, again, hopefully everyone's doing well, and try to stay safe out there and healthy, and try to enjoy the summer if you're in the northern hemisphere. And yeah, go outside a little bit, touch some grass, read outside. You know, if you have access to a hammock, I recently got to lay around on a hammock, and that felt so nice. If only there had been a lake, you know, just nearby, it would have been even more perfect. But yeah. Anyways, see you all later, and yeah, bye.